Hi everyone. Hello, happy Saturday or Sunday or wherever you are. What time zone? Hi Babu. Hi Afsal. Hi Muhammad. Hi Hamid. Yeah, I see people coming in. So please say hi and then so I decided to come on today for an Ask Me Anything episode because I haven't been on solo for a while. I've had so many guests and then I kind of didn't have time to do a solo. So oh hi Katrina. Oh, she's on. I'm gonna put that on the screen. Hello, Katrina from Palo Alto. Yeah. Hi. So thanks everyone for showing up. So if you have any question, just feel free to ask it in the comment. That's what this episode is for. So I want to tell people about so I did recently launch my LinkedIn online course. So I have it on promotion till tomorrow. So if you haven't purchased it yet, just go to my profile on the featured page. There is a link. So I share with you everything that I've learned since my journey here. I started on LinkedIn in September last year with 3,000 followers, and now I just reached 54,000 followers. And then so I didn't grow that by posting the daily networking posts. You know what I mean? Those people like, share, comment. So I do participate in them, but I don't post that because my brand isn't around, around being a networking queen. So I'll show you my strategies and stuff like that about how I've grown my followers and also how I've gotten businesses as well. Because my business is mostly coming from inbound now. So I don't do any outbound. I don't send spammy messages and stuff like that. So yeah, just check it out if you want to. If you have any questions, feel free to ask it in the comment. Oh, Bill said hi. Yeah, hi Bill. Hello from Savannah Supply Chain 15 bucks ago. Okay, Hamid said hi, very pleased to have you online. Oh, thank you, Hamid. And then Langston says hello from Alabama. Thank you, Langston. Malik, hi. Yeah, so I'm gonna go over a post that I did 2 weeks ago. I was supposed to answer that last week, but I didn't have a chance to come on live last week, so that's why I'm gonna do it today. So I'm gonna read over all the questions there. So I'll put this link in the comment after the show. So basically, this one said Christine Lucan said one mindset question I get from clients, and I'd be interested to get your take on it. What should I do if no one else in my family or circle of friends is supportive of my financial goals? So my answer to that is that you know what, if nobody's supportive of your financial goals, then so what, then don't talk to them about your financial goals. You want to talk about your goals and whether financial, life, business, whatever, to people who support you. You have absolute control of who you're going to share it to. So I firmly believe, I don't tell people naysayers about my plans, or like people who I know will have different opinions about what I want to do. Why should I? It's my business, and if they're not going to support me, I just want to share that with them. So when I quit my job, last year, I quit my corporate job May of last year. So I had people who were either naysayers who support me, or people who actually say, "Yo, go for it." So you're gonna get half of that. Half of the people who totally support you. Half of the people say, why it's not gonna work. But then you always have to remember, when people give you their advice, or like especially when it's like, oh, don't do that, don't do that. It's really coming from their place of fear. So you cannot take that personally or even seriously. So end of the day, you have to see what works for you. So I end up, I just listen to their opinion. Like they say, okay, a lot of them, like, they're afraid of not having that steady paycheck anymore, and that's totally understandable. I also will be, I was terrified. I was like, oh, I don't have any more steady paycheck. So those are things I have to consider. Like, I was giving up my benefits. So I was working at Visa, Visa, Mastercard, those credit card. Well, they're not a credit card company; they're a payment processing company. So they are, it's a huge company. It's a very good company. I mean, if you're thinking of applying there, I would highly recommend you apply. They have very, very good benefits. I mean, 200% match on your 401k. I mean, that's very good. So plus a lot of other things as well. So Zahir was asking. Oh, Langston, then don't tell them, show them. Yes, show them. Don't You don't have to share. Why do you have to share? I mean, no. It's if they're not gonna support you, they're negative, and usually if they're not gonna support you, they're usually coming from their place of fear, maybe for whatever reason, right? So you have to go back to yourself. Does that what they say makes you feel good? If not, then don't bother ever talking to them about it again. It's that simple. Um, so Zahir said, "What was your corporate job?" Oh, that's a long story. I'm gonna make it very short. So I graduated from computer science degree. Why did I major in that? Is because I was born and raised in the Philippines, so we don't have the 2 years middle school. Okay, so we graduate high school at the age of 16. So you go to college at the age of 16. You have no freaking idea what you want. I mean, even now, some people don't even know what they want, right? So I was asking my aunt who live here in US. I was asking her like, "Hey, what should I major?" I have no idea. She's like, "Oh, major in computer science. You're gonna get a good job here." So I was like, I didn't know what I want, right? It's like, okay, sure, I'll major in computer science. And at that time, it was booming. More and more people are applying for computer science degree. So I decided to do that, and then I graduated, I moved here to US, and then the short version of it is that I got into the data analytics field. So I was doing that for maybe 10 years. Then I switched career to corporate finance. So I was doing corporate FP&A, financial planning and analysis, because I thought being in the finance field, even though it's in corporate finance, is gonna help me at least stay in my job, and at least I can still have the steady paycheck. But that didn't work after a year. I just wasn't passionate about it. So I decided after probably after a year, I decided to pull the trigger, and then that was last year, May of 2019, and I just decided to quit my job. So thanks, Zahir. That's a very good question. Will said, show them. Hi, Albert. Adrian asked, "Did you start your own company?" Yeah, if you yeah, basically, I have my own financial coaching business. So I started in September 2016 while I was studying, not studying, while I was working full time in corporate. So I would never advise anyone any other way. If you're gonna start your own side hustle or business, do it while you have a full time job. Okay, don't do it any other way, because it's just hard. You don't know if what you want is going to work out. First of all, you might be passionate about it, but you might suck at being an entrepreneur. Okay, so I'm just being direct. So if you're going to start your business, you have to know how to be an entrepreneur. You have to be comfortable hustling, like we I have to hustle daily, because hustling means like you're a go-getter. You're always trying to figure out how to make money, because end of the day, I don't have a steady paycheck, so I need to figure out how to make money. No matter what, like, I mean, you can go into this. If you're not comfortable making money or charging money, you might as well just make this business into a hobby. If you're not making money after a year or 2 years the most, I would go for 1 year. Then I think you might have to reconsider that, unless, like, depending on what you're trying to build to. If it's like a 5 year horizon, then that's up to you. Do you have the money for the 5 year horizon while you're building that? So for me, coaching is actually has a very low entry point. So I was profitable pretty much right away after I quit my full time job. But I had a long runway. I was working and building this on the side for 2.5 years before I quit my job. And then actually, it is a little longer than what I want. If I had been more serious about it, I would probably have quit maybe in a year. So good question, Adrian. Um, what to advise for us as entrepreneurs to sustain and develop our business? So Hamed, as I was mentioning, you have to be a hustler. I mean, there's no better, for a lack of a better word, yeah, you do have to hustle. I mean, it's not such a bad thing. You need to have that drive, that motivation, because I know friends who's like, they quit their job, they're like, oh, clients are just gonna come to me. But if you don't do anything, you're not comfortable with marketing, you're not comfortable with selling, you're not comfortable showing up on social media, their own live, right? Some people are not comfortable coming on live because they get self-conscious, whatever. Like, I came on live because I want you guys to see me, to know me. I mean, like, I'm not even like trying to, like, oh yeah, I gotta look good, whatever, makeup stuff, but I just want to be here so you guys can see me. And then, like, because I want to show up, I want you guys to get to know me. So you have to be comfortable showing up on social media. You have to do the sales, marketing. I mean, I do everything. So I mean, if you're not comfortable hustling and doing that work, then you won't survive. um so Eric asks, do you have a book on finances you recommend? So Eric, um depend. Do you mean practical finance or mindset finance? So I mainly focus. I read more of mindset finance. So I think Eric, you were there in the live stream. I interviewed Dr. Brad Klontz. He's a financial psychologist. So he has a book called Mind Over Money. So I'm actually listening to that on Audible. He has a very soothing voice, and then I kind of like listening to it. So if you want, you can have Audible 30 days free and listen to it. So I'm actually in the trial, and then just so I'm gonna see if I like Audible, and then see if I want to continue after. So Adnan says, "Oh, Turkey. Hi, Adnan. What time is it in Turkey now?" Um. Oh, another one from Turkey. Wow. Well, what time is it there now? I guess like it's about the time that you guys can log on to live stream. Riyadh said, "Good luck." Thank you. And then Jet said, "What is your 5 year goal?" So my 5 year goal, I'm trying to build more digital products because I want to have more passive streams. So like I was saying in the beginning of my live stream, I just launched my online course, LinkedIn online course, because I didn't come on LinkedIn to be a LinkedIn coach or even to sell this product, but I've grown so much that people keep asking me how I do it, how I attract business and stuff like that. So I decided to just launch an online course instead. And then for 5 year goals, so yeah, it's just figuring more passive income. Keep thinking about how I can keep learning more about especially about finance, because like I got my enrolled agent designation last year. That's for tax, to be a tax professional, because I want to learn that. I'm also finishing my CFP, certified financial planning courses, and then I might also add the designation next year. So I'm constantly learning. So learning in terms of education piece, so I can know, I know what I'm talking about. I can maintain that subject matter expertise. And then there's also the business one. You have to keep thinking, how can I keep scaling and growing my business? And then, and that's where the digital and then the passive income comes in. So hope I answer your question, Jet. Like, what is your 5 year goal, Jet? And what do you do? Okay. Eric, yeah, mindset finance. Okay, thank you. I think I already told you that. So I don't, honestly, Eric, I don't really read a lot of books. I have ADD. If you follow me on Instagram, you I posted there that I was kind of making fun of myself because I literally buy stuff, and then and then the books get accumulated, and then I don't really finish all of them, so I kind of read one, go to the other, depending on how I feel. But I'm trying my best to finish all the books. I mean, if you want to see all my books, I mean, these are all my books right now. So I mean, they're all interesting books. I want to finish reading them all. But actually, this one is about just life in general. So I think if you haven't read it, the Four Agreements is actually very nice. So my life coach sent this to me. It's I'm all about self growth. Like if you see some of my posts is inspirational and about how you can grow as a person and positive. So I think that's very, very important. Like, that's just like, you cannot succeed in life if you're not happy, and if you don't constantly strive to keep growing and then to be better each and every single day. Adnan said, "Come here, please," in Turkey. What time is it there? You haven't answered my question yet, Adnan. Okay, Desiree said, "Hello. Watching from Zimbabwe." Yeah, hi. What time is it there now? In Zimbabwe. Eric said, "What is your favorite place to visit in San Francisco? Also, are you considering travel to another country in the distant future?" So Eric, I don't live in San Francisco. I know my profile says San Francisco Bay Area because there's no option for Silicon Valley. So, and I didn't want to put my city name because nobody's gonna know where my city is. so, but I live in Silicon Valley, which is actually an hour south of San Francisco. So I rarely go to San Francisco. Actually, I mean, actually, I'm not a big fan of San Francisco. So sorry, not trying to say anything against San Francisco, but I'm not a big fan of like the no parking, the like it's just crazy. It's so expensive to go there. I don't drive when I go San Francisco. I take the public transportation, and then and it's just, I don't know. I've just never liked San Francisco. I like Silicon Valley because I can drive everywhere where I want to go. So I love the convenience of being able to drive. So yeah, sorry, not a big fan of San Francisco. But my favorite places around here, there's so many favorite places here in Silicon Valley. I mean, we love to eat out. Well, not anymore now, but there are plenty of places to eat out in the Silicon Valley. Like we like to explore that. Eric said, "Thank you for sharing your books." You're welcome. Um, I'm a vice VP of staffing, fashion recruiting agency in Manhattan, marching candidates with suitable job. Oh, headhunter, cool. So how is Manhattan now with COVID? Is it going down now and having a better handle? Um, Ayolowo Joseph, hello, watching from Nigeria. Yeah, hi, thanks. What time is it in Nigeria now? Pandab says I'm watching from Dubai. Wow, nice. What time is it in Dubai now? Let me know. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the next question. Next question. Let's see. Okay, so Jason asks, what are the financial benefits, if any, to transition from a sole proprietor who pays themselves and sends out 1099 to an LLC or S corp who pays themselves and sends out 1099? So I don't focus on business taxes, so I can't really answer this. But in the general level, you normally convert a sole proprietorship to an S corp. So LLC is kind of irrelevant in terms of tax. It's just like you just need that LLC if you're trying to be an S corporation. So I'm not gonna get into the nitty gritty detail of everything. But then if you're sole proprietorship, you pay self employment income on all your profit. When you convert to S corp, let's say you make 100. I think when you get to, like, if the more profit you make, then the more self employment you pay, right? So when you're an S corp, so let's say your profit's $100,000, so you can do an S corporation where you can control the salary you pay yourself. Of course, it has to be a reasonable salary. You can't be a doctor and pay yourself $10,000. You're gonna get flagged by the IRS. So let's say, I don't know, your reasonable salary is $40,000 and you made it 100,000 per $1,000 profit. So the 40K is your salary, which is the only one that you pay self-employment, and $60,000 you don't pay self-employment because it's not your salary. So you only literally, it's like a profit that you just have to pay federal and state tax on it. So not the self-employment piece, which is like 15.3%. Okay. Um, Jet said, "Oh, yay! Opening my." So, what do you mean by open? Like restaurants are participating now and stuff like that? Because I think us, like in Silicon Valley, we're slowly rolling things out, but I'm still not comfortable to be fully out there yet. So we still have takeout and stuff like that because we love eating out. So at least we can still do takeout. Um, Nigeria is 6:30 in Nigeria now. Oh, cool. Okay, it's not too bad. It's now 10:30 a.m. now PST on my end. Oh, you're near. Okay. So yeah, keep ask me any questions you want about finance, about social media, about LinkedIn or whatever you want to ask. I'm okay. As long as it's not my social security number, you can ask me anything. Okay, so let me go to the other question. What Joseph asks, what are some of the good ways to build up financial security? So well, first of all, is budgeting. So I'm a big proponent. You have to budget. If you don't budget, then it's yeah, then that's you don't have the foundation. That's your house. You need to have a budget because you need to plan your finances, and then everything kind of revolves around that. Unless you're a multimillionaire, you can hire someone to manage your finances, then you probably don't need a budget. But I'm speaking to the average people, pretty much almost everyone, or if you're watching, so you need a budget, and then you kind of work around that. You need to have your you need to be always on positive cash flow no matter what. Okay, so you want to get to that point. Unfortunately, a lot of people are on negative cash flow, and then that's what I help them to work on, to actually get to positive cash flow. And how do they build their relationship around money, and then work on their money mindset and stuff like that. So yeah, this all boils down to that. And then you grow your wealth after you have your emergency fund. You start want to grow your wealth through investing, and then you want to start also building your fund for retirement in the future through 401k or IRA. And then you just have to figure out, like, how much do you really need to retire on, like what is your happy money number. Don't compare yourself to others. So I always say that in my post, don't compare yourself to others, because then only you know your happy money number. And then, but sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, how will you know exactly what you need for retirement? So you need to know how much do you really spend per month. It all boils down to your lifestyle. Like, I mean, like, if you like to spend, I don't know, expenses every single day, but it makes me wonder though, like, why would you want to keep on spending so much money? Like, why are some people addicted to like Amazon purchases or buying? So sometimes it's because they're not fulfilled in other areas. So sometimes, like, if you're able to fix that thing go away. I had one client. She was an older client. She has her kids already move out, so only her and her husband is at home. And then she spent most of her day like watching TV, hanging out with her husband. So she buys a lot of stuff on Amazon, and afterwards she regrets it. And then so I was asking her, so what do you do in your free time? Like, as I asked her more questions, it turns out she's just lonely and she doesn't know what to do with her life right now. And so I invited her, what do you like doing? Apparently she likes dogs too. So I invite her to volunteer her time, at the shelter, because I volunteered my time. I volunteered for like 2 years before I foster our dog. So volunteer is a great way to actually volunteer is a great way to to fulfill your time, right? And it's also meet your needs. And then, like, I mean, it's how nice it is to spend time with dogs and then making them happy, just keeping them company. And then it also gave me a lot of experience before I actually adopted our dog. Actually, we did foster first because we didn't want to jump in the commitment right away. And both our two dogs are foster failures, so how can you not fall in love with a foster? But anyway, like, we wanted to do foster first because then you can always return them back, not like you adapt and then we'll feel bad to return a dog we already adopted. And then plus, like, if you foster, you get to know the dog 24/7 while they live with you. So both our dogs live with us for 1 week, so we got to know them for 24/7 to see if they're the type of dogs we really want to have forever. Because when I adopt a dog, it will be forever on their life. I'm not returning my any of the dogs back. Okay. Um okay, Zahir has how much money should go to stocks? Zahir, so I can't give investment recommendation. And then even if someone's licensed with investments, they can't tell you that. So but generally, there's no such how much money should go to stocks. I don't think that's the right question. You need to see, like, okay, have you fulfilled your emergency funding? Okay, have you did you already finance your retirement fund? So then if you already did all of that, then if you have some extra money, then decide, like, you can grow your wealth in other ways. There's many ways to grow your wealth. And when you say stocks, I actually don't really invest in individual stocks. I discourage my client from doing that. I encourage them to actually diversify. Okay, you can buy into funds, not individual stocks. If you want to buy individual stocks, that's up to you. That's gambling on the fact that that particular company is going to do well. So yeah, you can invest in the market. Market means, stocks, bonds, whatever. You can invest in rental property. You can invest in P2P lending, like peer-to-peer lending. You loan your money to that company, and then that company is gonna loan it to other people who needs to refinance, consolidate a credit card or whatever. So anyway, hope that answer your question. um Ionis. Oh, hi, Ionis. He always drop by in my live, so I appreciate that. Christine, are personal development books good for applicable growth, or is it better to experience this and that? So it's both, right? So Ionis, so nothing can ever replace personal experience, but books does help to a certain degree because sometimes you get stuck. But I also think books can only get you so far. That's why I hired a life coach. And then she's helping me with other stuff too. I hire her for other reason. But so yeah, so this one actually is a good book, The Four Agreements. One of them is actually don't take anything personally. And then that's very true because I mean, how people treat you has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them. So if you learn to, like, okay, if someone calls you stupid, and then like I mean, like, you have to think, like, what does that say about them? That's kind of mean, right? So that more tells you that they're a mean person, or they're probably having a bad day. So you need to go back to yourself. Do you really think you're stupid? So yeah, I mean, so you can't take anything personally. um okay. Frank Frank said I agree to. Okay. Okay, thank you. I'm not sure what you're agreeing to, but thank you. Okay. Eric, can you share a little advice on how you can prepare for podcast interviews? Um if you mean live stream, okay. So I guess I'll just talk about the podcast interviews I have been on. So how I prepare, I don't really prepare. I mean, I just show up as myself. So how I treat live streams like this or podcast interview is just like just be yourself. I mean, like just show up like you're having a conversation with a friend, and then don't worry about being nervous, whatever. So I'm a little nervous. Usually when I come on live, even with guests, but as soon as people start talking, like you guys are interacting, it just goes away because to me it's fun. I love interacting with you guys. So I just see that as a conversation. You're just having a conversation with people, and then I love asking questions. I love getting to know people, and then I just answer however I answer if anybody asks me any question during a normal conversation. So hope that helps, Eric. Eric asks, have you given a speech at a TED Talk before? No, I didn't realize that you can apply for it. So I think I'll look into that, how to apply for a TED Talk nearby. So that would be good. Yeah, I mean, why not, right? It's a good exposure. So I will apply for it. Hamad said, when one implement pay yourself first, how much we should save from each payment transaction in saving account. So Hamid, that's very relative. So how if you're asking how much should go to savings account, so I think um you need if you're asking for a number, that's very hard to answer. So I would just say you figure out what is your cost of living money per month. So basically how much do you really need per month to survive. Okay, so let's say it's $4,000, right? So then you need to make enough, not just enough but more than that. So anything extra, then you put in your savings, and of course the more you can save, then the better. So once you save, you figure out, so let's say it's $4,000, so you need to save 3 months or 6 months worth of cost of living expenses, so you can survive on $4,000 times three. That's $12,000 in your savings. So once you hit the $12,000, then over that you can invest to grow your wealth. Okay, so oh, you said percentage. No, I don't go by percentage. No, I really don't go by percentage. I go by like the formula that I just told you. So hope that makes sense, because end of the day, you want to be able to I mean, if you can save as much as possible, then great, save as much as possible. Okay, then I mean, once you're able to hit that 3 months or 6 months worth of cost of living expenses, then you invest that money to grow elsewhere wherever you can. Okay, of course, like when I say save as much as you can, of course you don't go by you don't go like getting being cheap or frugal. So there has to be a balance. You still have to enjoy life. So I'm a big proponent of enjoying your life, and then like really, I mean, you still save, and you also save to do what you love to do on your hobbies, traveling, whatever. Okay, so hope that helps, Ahmed. Thank you. So let me go and then look at the other question again. To collaboration, Tom. Okay, so Tom said, I don't think many people would know how much LinkedIn knowledge you have. How about a few LinkedIn strategies for the newer people? I've learned a lot from your tips. So do you guys have any question about LinkedIn? So for me, I mean, the main tips or strategies I can give to new people is that just show up daily, network, and then don't come to LinkedIn expecting to sell. Okay, so that's the wrong mindset to come on LinkedIn. You come on LinkedIn, you need to have a mindset you're networking and giving value, and just at least for the first couple of months, you're just there to hang out. Okay, like at a networking event, not to make money. If you come to LinkedIn hoping you're gonna make money right away, then that's not the wrong way to think. What you're gonna end up doing is that you're gonna send a bunch of cold messages trying to sell, 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 and people hate you for it, and you have not built up any brand or social media presence. So I go over all of that in my LinkedIn online module. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Uh, okay, Ionis asks, can you make a crypto investment with a really small amount of money? So Ionis, I don't invest in crypto investments, and I actually It's totally up to you if you want to do that, but you have to just see the percentage of your investment in crypto compared to your overall portfolio. So I don't invest in cryptocurrency. I'm not recommending or not recommending either way. So that's all individual preferences. If you want to go for it, go for it. But do know how much percentage of the investment is going to crypto, and make sure you educate yourself on crypto. And also, there's a lot of spammers and scammers on LinkedIn about that. Um, Money inflation is faster than any savings account can offer. Okay, so Gilgamesh said, saving money is a waste of human life and resources. Is against the law of economics. So Gilgamesh, I do agree with you. Like, I'm not a big fan of having too much money in the savings account for sure. Like, it's like nowadays is one less than 1%, or it's like barely even enough to beat inflation, right? And not to mention, you're still taxed on whatever save interest savings you get. I'm like, really? So it's like you don't get much, and then they still tax you. So I'm really not a big fan, but I do. You do need some money in your savings account. You need some sort of liquid money, because like if you put everything in the investment market, and let's say the market tank like the coronavirus, what if you need it? So that $10,000 is, let's say, like $7,000 already, or like that $4,000 you invested has been $2,000 by the time coronavirus hit, and your rent is due $2,000. And what else? What do you have, right? So you really need a safe place of liquidity. So that's the only thing. Yes, you're not looking at cash for the return to put in a savings or cash, or any place that that's very liquid. It's not for to make money, Gilgamesh. That is not the point of the savings account. Okay, so it's more for safety and security. So that's why I said once you meet the 3 months, I don't like to put too much in my savings. So I'm actually very I guess I'm more high risk taker. So now, because I'm an entrepreneur, I do have 6 months worth of savings. But then before, when I was an employee, I literally only have 1 month worth of savings. But that's me. I would never recommend that to anyone. I did that mainly because I knew my money, it keeps coming in. I knew if I get laid off, I'll get a job right away in 1 month. So that was my 1 month. I knew I was gonna get it because I had a very marketable skill. So yeah, now I think with entrepreneurship, I'm starting to get more and more comfortable. I'm lowering my number of months to save, but then but then coronavirus hit, so I still have the 6 months. So, but you just never know, right? Hopefully that's enough. Um, okay, what are you good right now to consider? Uh, okay. Zahir asks again, are index funds good to invest in? So Zahir, I'm not gonna say good or bad. I do invest in index funds, and then that's totally up to you. That's all part diversity. That's all part of diversification. But I'm not gonna recommend anything in the specifically. Eric said, "Have you participated in sports as a hobby, running a marathon, baseball, soccer?" So yes, yes, I do. I do like dancing. Before, when I was single, I actually go out almost every single night. I didn't like coming home. I think I did a post about that. So yeah, I was doing dancing. I was doing bachata. I was doing bhangra. I was what else was I doing? I was always doing a lot after work. I also joined a triathlon club, but I ended up not signing up for a triathlon because I was so scared of the water. But I do like jogging. Like lately, I do try to jog every other day. Yeah, last night I went jogging, so I do like 3 miles around my area. So I like biking as well, but I haven't done biking a lot. And then as far as hobby, I do have I was doing a hobby on doing polymer clay miniature art. I did a post about that too. So it's I love it. It's like I was making little tiny miniature art and craft of food. So a lot of things on YouTube is all food, like little tiny like donut, cake, whatever. So I just haven't had time to do that because it takes a couple hours to do that clay, and then you have to bake it and stuff. But it's fun. Being a full time entrepreneur, I think most of my time is actually going to the business now. So I think when I get, that's why I'm trying to build more passive income so I can spend less time on this one and actually do more fun activity. It's really ironic that when I was working full time and go and building this on nights and weekends, I actually felt I had more time. I think probably because I was more relaxed because then I had my steady paycheck still. So now like I my business, I'm very focused on my business and growing. So yeah, maybe later. Um what genres of music do you enjoy listening to? I actually don't listen to music as much, Eric. So it's fine, but I listen to music, I can't focus. I can't, like, like if I'm trying to write a newsletter and stuff like that, like I just can't. It's like my brain has to be focused. And when I listen to music, it's like it shifted there to listening. So I do listen to music when I'm driving. Well, nowadays you don't drive as much anymore. So but then when I do, I like to our I can't see. I don't even know the genre. Like just pop music, the more newer songs. I don't really like the older songs. So more like the newer songs. And I don't even remember. Maybe we can come up with some new songs and and I can remember if I like them or not. Katrina, Katrina, did you just accidentally type that? What are you trying to say there? Katrina's my friend. I met her one time. Oh, so, oh, Katrina. Okay, thank you for correcting that. Love your mindset, Christine. Your inspiration. Oh, thank you, Katrina. Okay. So Yoni said many manage and monetize their LinkedIn content, but is it possible to measure it? So Yonis, I actually have a friend who works at LinkedIn. So he interviewed me and a bunch of other content creators. I don't know who, but they're trying to work on a tool now for LinkedIn for content creators like us. So in terms of monetizing through our content, I don't know. LinkedIn doesn't really pay us content creators, not like YouTube and other places. So I did have a conversation of that with my friend. I said, why don't LinkedIn pay us? Like we help audience keep have more audience stay on the platform. They should pay us, right? So of course they say, yeah, LinkedIn is kind of slow in that. So they are working on it. They acknowledge that they are kind of slow, and then I think they know, and then they're trying to work on it. So and they say Rome wasn't built in a day. So they're working on it. In terms of measuring monetization, I'm not sure what you mean, but I monetize uh, through my content because people who read that, who like it, they schedule a time to chat with me, and then it's inbound leads. So I don't really have to do anything. I don't do outbound. So sometimes they DM me, or sometimes they just schedule a chat with me. So I do have continuous leads coming in. So like I did a post. I was selling my LinkedIn course. I had 2 sales from that. So I guess I don't really track it in terms of like correlating to a post. Like I just show up daily. Like I don't try to think of it that way. I show up daily, providing value, connecting with people, my audience, and then it's like icing on the cake. And then like my work has paid off. Like after a couple of months, like I start getting clients, business, and it's given me so much. Like podcast interviews, I got to have people that I really look up to on my live stream show. I got the attention. Like I got on a podcast with this guy Michael Kitces. He's very known in the financial advisory field. So he just interviewed me for his podcast, and then he's going to be a guest on my live stream in August. Yay! Okay, so okay, Zahir said, "Do you think Ameritrade is a good company? What is your opinion?" Zahir, stop asking me questions about investment. So I cannot give you specific investment advice. Okay, Katrina, who's a CFP, can tell you that too. Like even though people who are financial advisors who are registered with the state, they can't give you specific investment advice. So sorry, I can't. I'm not gonna give my advice about that. Especially because like I'm a coach, and I really don't want to talk about any particular investment advice. So you can ask me generally just to educate. So I will but in terms of if you're asking me for my opinion, if I will recommend you for any specific company stock, so I can't do that. And then people who are registered with the state, they should never do that as well because it's against the compliance. Okay, so hopefully that's clear. Katrina, thank you for sharing your positive and educational information. You're welcome. Oh, that was my 3 year dollar try. Oh, she was okay. Thank you. Oh. Eric said, Christine brings great discussion and have a good sense of humor. Oh, thank you, Eric. I'm glad people appreciate my humor because, like, sometimes I don't know who gets it or not, but I'm just going to be myself. And then, because all my humor are all for good intention. I just want to make people laugh. So yes, I love how honest she is without being inappropriate. She has great content. Oh, thank you, Katrina. Zahir, do you know Susie Orman? Yes, I know Susie Orman. She's a very famous financial guru. And then I like her. I like Dave Ramsey, but then I don't agree with everything they say as well. So I kind of pick and choose. Like, I respect everyone for what they do. I know Ramit Sethi, whatever. Dr. Brad Klons, he was a financial psychologist. He was on my live stream guest on Memorial Day. So if you want to check that out. So yeah, I mean, I do pick, little bits of knowledge and wisdom from everybody, but I still create my own philosophies, based on what I learn from everybody else. Eric said, what is a good tip you can provide to staying focused on your work? So for me, Eric, that's very easy. If I don't stay focused, I don't make money. If I don't make money, I cannot do whatever I want, right? So I'm in business to do this to make money. End of the day, I'm just gonna be very direct. We're not here to give. End of the day is for business purposes, right? I still provide value and then help as many people, but end of the day, we have a business to run. I mean, if I have my own full-time job, then I'm not gonna really care if I'm gonna make money or not. So how I stay focused is that I have to stay focused, because if I don't, then I'm not gonna make any money. Okay, simple as that. So, okay, Beverly, why do people scared of investing in Bitcoin when it can be a source of second income? So Beverly, first of all, Bitcoin is not, it's not regulated. I mean, it's not even in the bank. And then, like, from what I know, okay, so this is my I don't, again, I'm not an expert in Bitcoin. Okay, so don't quote me on this. This is just my opinion. So I have a boss when I was at Visa. He was telling me his friend invested in Bitcoin, and then the friend forgot his password. So he invested in Bitcoin when it was down, and then it shoot up, and then he forgot his password. And guess what? He cannot get that money back. He has no bank to call to do forgot your password. His money is lost. So it's like, I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. I'm not very good remembering passwords. So yeah, I'm not very familiar with Bitcoin. I just, I think, I mean, if you want to invest, I mean, that's your choice, really. And then you just have to see, like, the overall percentage. And it says it can be a source of second income. And then you have to be very careful. A lot of people like to tell you, oh, I'm making $1,000, $2,000 a week. But really, everything's all air till you actually see their tax return and the bank statement. If something's too good to be true, it really is too good to be true. So you have to be careful about that. Everyone likes to promise so many things. Oh, I can make you six figures. I can make you five digit. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. But really, right? I mean, like, you don't know if they're telling you the truth. If people tell me something and I'm like, yeah, it sounds too good to be true, then I usually joke with them. Can I see your tax return or bank statements? And then usually they stop there, and then they can't even say anything. So just be very careful, okay? So I will never believe anyone till I actually see their tax return and bank statement if they are claiming something that's too good to be true, okay? Katrina, Christine also sounds passionate and kind of answer every single question. Kinda? Oh no, sorry. I mean, and kind to answer every single question. Yes, thank you, Yonis. I try as much as possible. Okay, uh, so okay, Zahir, I'm not gonna okay, recommend a certain percent of gross income to go into investment. So Zahir, I was mentioning earlier, I don't really go by percentage. I go like if you meet your emergency fund, 3 to 6 months cost of living, then I think everyone should actually invest in growing their wealth. So in terms of percentage, I don't know. I actually don't look at percentage. That's not what I measure on. Um, Ledgers. Oh, highlighters, calculator, and printed ledgers keep me focused. Great job. So see, you are the only person who would know what will keep you focused and then towards your goal. So that's why it's so important. Get to know yourself. Okay. That's why self growth is very important. I meditate. I'm big on spiritual growth because nobody knows you but you. Okay. So you have to know what keeps you energized, what keeps you motivated. You have to maintain your energy level throughout the day. So I was doing 3 or 4 lives per week, and then it was draining me. So I have cut down, and I actually have to cancel a lot of my guests because it really was draining me. So I'm gonna cut down to only like one live per week with a guest, and one live, on the weekend me. But then I already have some guests on the weekends that are, then I feel bad canceling out on them and rescheduling. So I might keep them, but yeah, I'm really cutting down on my lives as well. Okay, I heard that Bitcoin money was made in the beginning. It's a volatile marketplace from my understanding due to lack of regulations. Yeah, I agree with you. So sorry, I can't see your LinkedIn. It says LinkedIn user, so I'm not sure who this is. So let me know who you are. Um, Eric says, okay, take care, stay well, and have a good weekend. You too, Eric. Thank you so much for showing up. I really appreciate that. And then I'll end this soon because it's coming towards the hour now, but I'm reading towards all the comment first. Asking about why people don't invest in Bitcoin is like asking why someone doesn't invest in gold mining, forestry, or construction. You have to know what you're doing if you're going to do it well. Expertise takes time. Yes, William, I totally agree with you on that. So I am not going to judge anyone. Whatever you want to invest on, you invest in it. You just have to make sure that you do your research, and when whoever you're talking to is credible, if they're promising you certain returns, I would be very leery on that, and then actually do my research. Okay. Um, Monica, this is exactly my apprehension when I hear about Bitcoin cryptocurrency. Yes, Monica, people likes to market and say whatever they want. Okay, so you have to be very careful. Like, I never believe anybody, whatever they claim, right? Like, I have to talk to the person. I'm gonna do my research, and I also will read aloud stuff. Like for example, my I rarely hire coaches. Okay, so I hired my recent life coach because she didn't sell to me. I knew her from LinkedIn. We talk, and then like I have a very good vibe around her. Like, she didn't promise me anything, or stuff like that. I actually never hired a business coach. Yeah, so I like to just figure things out on my own. And then in terms of Bitcoin cryptocurrency, so this is just my opinion. I have no interest in investing there. I know they always promise you this, that, oh, I'm making so much money here. It's like, I'm like, okay, good for you. But then I had one client. He invested in cryptocurrency. He put like, how much did he put? He put like $50,000, I think, and he said at one point it went to $100,000. But by the time he came to me, it was in $40,000. So I told him, it's like, okay, then how do you feel about that? So he was so hesitant to actually sell it and cut his losses. He said, I'd rather go zero rather than sell it now. So, so I was like, okay. Then good thing he makes a lot of money. So it wasn't such a big deal. But if that's like your main money, and then like that's a huge percentage of your overall portfolio, then I don't know, it might be better to just cut your losses, right? So it depends. Again, like, I don't tell my clients what to do, right? It's still their choice at the end of the day. Tobias said Bitcoin is not a great investment. Okay, Tobias. Sounds like you have some personal experience there. Do you want to share? Oh, Brian show up. Very insightful. Oh, thank you, Brian. Thank you for showing up. Okay, wait, wow, there's a lot of comment already. Sorry, I'm trying to read through all the comment. Okay, Tobias, Bitcoin is nuts. Okay, drop in to say quick hello. Oh, hi, Francis. Okay, someone said, well said, what works for you. Yes, yes. Oh, please say what. I don't know why, like, link. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't pick up who the user is. Um, so percentage of gross income depends upon two things: how much you want to end up with, and how long you have to get there. Is simple math. Sometimes it can be simple math, I think, but a lot of people have a hard time doing that. So that's why I help them with it. Um, okay, Albert, hi from Sierra Leone, West Africa. Hi, Albert. What time is it there in West Africa? Uh, okay. So far, very lost. Okay. I'm starting to see a few commercials of gold coins. What are your thoughts on buying coins? So, Monica, I honestly don't have experience with gold or coins. So, you're gonna have to do your research. And again, if you're gonna try to start something, like, I see that as a gamble, a gambling money. So you have to see. I mean, for a lack of better word, it is gambling. You're gambling on the fact on something you're investing on is gonna make you money. So if you want to try it out, go for it. But then you have to see, this just put a very small percentage of your money if you can afford it. If you are in positive cash flow, you are saving for your future, you have your emergency fund, you are investing in other things, and you want to try out some things like with gold, I'd say go for it. I mean, like, what's life for unless you try out some things, right? But just start with very small. I have a client, like, she did, what did she do? She was trying to do in some sort of thing, forex or whatever, because her brother talked her into it. So she didn't want to tell me at first because she's like, yeah, you're gonna get mad at me. But then, like, I'm glad she told me. But then after, I didn't say anything. I said, okay, then what have you learned? So she went from $3,000 to like $5. Luckily, she graduated from my program already, meaning that she's on positive cash flow. She's saving on a lot of stuff. So of course, like, I know, I mean, like, she was also responsible in that sense. She didn't do that till she got to that point. So now I said, so what have you learned from this? She said, yeah, not to do that again. But she learned her lesson. It was a $3,000 education mistake. Oh, 2,995, right? Because she still had the $5. So anyway, I'm just sharing that. So again, Monica, it's up to you. Okay. Um, okay. Bitcoin is a joke. It is a scam. Oh, you do not mind like other real assets. Zahir, so can you talk about blockchain? I don't know much about blockchain, Zahir, so I can't talk much about it, even if I want to. Except be careful of the scammers. If they are too good to be true, they're too good to be true. Um, okay. Okay, so I'm trying to read all the comments. Okay, a friend of mine also had the same problem as yours. He bought a bunch of Bitcoin when it was super cheap and lost the drive that he stored the password. I still tease him about it to this day because it ended up being worth about. Yeah, I mean, like, okay, just think about it. If you lost your password and you can't retrieve it, I mean, what does that tell you about that investment? I mean, isn't that like, I wouldn't be comfortable with that. Like if I invest in like the brokerage firm and then I lost my password, I want to be comfortable to call the bank, like Schwab. It's like, hey, I lost my password, I think I already have $100,000, or can you help me figure it out? So at least, I mean, I feel pretty confident and secure that I have someone to talk to. With Bitcoin, I mean, yeah, you're on your own. Bye bye $40,000. Okay. Please, how can I get the full version of the coach, because I'm just joining, so I have missed a lot. What do you mean full version of the coach? Um, okay, yes, I know a lot of people who lost big time. Yes, Tobias, thank you. I invest in Bitcoin. Okay, Nacho, good for you. Okay, so LinkedIn, Bitcoin is not investment, is gambling. Yeah, it is gambling. I mean, a lot of investment is some sort of gambling, right? You're gambling on the fact your investment is gonna do well, right? Um, William said, "I'm not a Bitcoin pro Bitcoin." Ha ha ha. Sorry for the confusion. Yeah, we got that, William. Okay, Christine, you should apply to do a TED Talk in another country. It's easier to get invited than in the US, and the exposure for you is going to be of the same terms. Oh, okay, thank you, Eunice. I appreciate that suggestion. Okay, love this group. Oh, thank you. Be very careful now with gold. Yes, try new things. Money gives used to give interest. Yeah, not with the savings interest anymore. Um, okay. I'm trying to read all the comments. Sorry. Okay, stocks give dividends. Yeah, some stocks do give dividend. I mean, so it's also a good way to get continuous income. Uh, okay, I got 5 to 10 Bitcoin offerings every week. All scammers. Oh, Tobias, you know how to report them now, right? Like on your message, you do the upper right three dots, then report spam, goes to the spam folder. One way trip to the spam folder. Bye bye. Okay. Okay. No password reset, and they hold your money ransom. Oh, okay. But one can actually retrieve your money. I don't know, Jeremy. I don't know much. Again, I'm not a Bitcoin expert, but I don't know. They say you can retrieve your password, or therefore you can't retrieve your money. Um, a lot of people lose their Bitcoin passport after visiting the casino. Oh, you guys are hilarious. Um, If you have access to your email, there are steps to go through to retrieve your money. Oh, okay. All right, I didn't know that. Okay, Monica always so informed. Okay, thank you, Monica. I'm glad you are getting value from this live stream. Investing is not gambling. Okay, it's sort of gambling. Okay, blockchain is a whole separate hour. Lots of potential, but not for the technically illiterate. Yeah, I'm not gonna go there. So, so are you giving gambling advice? No, I am not saying that. I said when you invest, like just know that it is sort of a gamble. You're gambling on the fact that the investment is going to do well. So I hope that clarifies it. Okay, I'm not telling you guys to gamble, or if you want to go casino, okay, you can go gamble. Okay, Tobias, I do report them now. Yes, I report everything one way trip to the spam folder. And then if it's really annoying, like sometimes like if I have the time or if I'm like in the fun mood, like I would actually respond to them and kind of like just mess with them for a little bit. And then like if they get that I'm just messing with them and they'll stop, then I'll continue to have them converse with them. But if they start to be rude or they just don't get it, they keep on selling, then I will report them, report their profile, and then block the profile. Someone said, Christine, you run a great live stream. Oh, thank you, whoever you are. Oh, I'm so annoyed at this tool. So this tool sometimes pick up people's names, sometimes they don't. So and then I'm annoyed. So I'll have to read through all the comments again later on after the live. I think you have to find a Bitcoin broker to pay you out. um Nacho asked again, any advice on any particular stock to invest in at the moment? So Nacho, I was saying, in throughout my live stream that I don't give any particular specific investment advice on what to invest on. Okay, so I'm a coach as well, and then even if a advisor is registered with the state, they cannot do that, give that publicly as well. You have to be in a contract with them, and they can give specific advice to you personally. Okay, I'm going to keep repeating that till people actually get it and finally know that I'm a coach and we're not supposed to do that. Okay? Okay. I gamble every day. I get out of All right. Yeah, you want to gamble with me? You can give me $10. Or okay, $10 too cheap. You can send me $100. Okay. I love that one way trip to Yes, yes, they are. Uh, okay. You and me both hurricane. Okay, so you guys are so hilarious. Okay, it's almost an hour. Like I didn't even answer all the questions yet there. So let me just read through everything. You guys are awesome, by the way. Thank you so much. Um okay. Okay. So Christy asked, what a great idea. What's your morning ritual? How does it prepare you for the day? So my morning ritual is actually it's actually quite funny. I get up around maybe 7 to 8 a.m. PST. I'll lie down in my bed. I post my daily post, except for today I have my live stream, so I didn't post this morning. So I'll post it and then I'll hang out in bed for an hour responding to comments, and then I get up, get ready for the day, walk my dogs, eat breakfast, and then start my day. And then my first scheduled session is my hours is 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then like in between, like I usually have a fully booked day, but then I do have like an hour in between because I make sure that I have some gap in between, because I'm gonna go crazy if I can if I can rest in between. So that hour in between I will go to LinkedIn, respond to DM comments or whatever, because I like to make it personal. I don't hire VA because I want my comments to be personal. I want to respond to my comments because I want to build that relationship with my audience and then connect with you guys. I'm here on live stream. It's not my VA on live stream, so I'm responding to all of you. And then yeah, so that's how my morning ritual is. And then let me see what else. What? Okay, let me see the comments. Cash app me. Okay. Okay. All right. So much information, fun and not gambling casino. Okay. So someone asked, what do you see for the future of the LinkedIn platform? So Sid, I don't know. The future of LinkedIn platform is that they are trying to catch up. So that's why if you guys don't know, stories like on Instagram or on Facebook is coming to LinkedIn soon. My next door neighbor works for LinkedIn. he's actually responsible for the connections. The connections part of in the. Have you guys heard of the connections jail? If you send too many connection requests or whatever, if people flag you, I don't know you, you're gonna go connection jail. Meaning you cannot send connection requests for like 2 days, and if you keep doing that, you will be restricted, and you have to like ask people for their email address before you can actually send a request. You know who did that? He did. So I joke with him a lot about that. I was like, "You put us in jail." So anyway, so yeah. The reason I brought him up is because he showed me stories is now working for LinkedIn employees. So it's slowly being rolled out, and I don't know when it will come to United States. Okay, so we are already on the hour. So sorry if I kept you guys so long. So yeah, so thank you so much for everyone who joined. I really appreciate it. So you just made my Saturday, you made my day, so I really appreciate you guys joining. So hopefully, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and then you are enjoying my live. If you have more questions, just ask me, and then I do hope to see you guys on my post. And then if everyone doesn't know, I have a LinkedIn online course. I'm giving a 50% discount because I just launched it. But I'm that is ending tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow night at 9 p.m. PST. So if you're interested to know how I grow on LinkedIn and everything else, please go to my profile under the feature. There's the LinkedIn course right there. Just click on that link and read more about that. And if you have absolutely any question, please message me. Okay, so have a great weekend, guys. Bye bye.